Hello everyone, I am Crawlers and today I thought I'd make a video about the ballistic shield, which it seems to be a hot topic right now with most people in Battlefield 4. Well, the thing is, DICE let us play with just the ballistic shield and no other Dragon's Teeth weapons in their latest CTE initiative in Battlefield 4, and it seems to be what most people are equipping right now. So, most of the team in Operation Locker right now looks like a Greek phalanx. Well, I'm here making this commentary because I have a few things to say about it, but whatever you think about the new shield, it sure put an interesting twist on close quarter gameplay that has arguably made Operation Locker fun again. Well, my problem with the shield, the shield has many problems, but my problem is with people, not the shield. You see, most of the people on the battlefield right now are screaming that the shield is OP and, a super weapon, and, well, that's just not the case. In fact, I'm afraid that DICE will once again, cave to these noobs and nerf an already vulnerable shield. See, the shield is a gadget only for the support class, and a two-handed gadget at that, meaning you can't carry a gun at the same time as the shield. And that right there is already a disadvantage. Now, it's also true that the shield can one hit kill another player, even if he is also holding a shield of his own, dealing out 120 damage per hit. But the range, the so-called time to live, or the time during which the shield is effective, limits it severely. Namely, right now, actually, not sure if the stats have changed, but before yesterday's patch, the shield had a 100 meters a second bash velocity and a 0.02 seconds time to live, making its effective radius only 2 meters. But it feels like a lot less in practice. Because I have tried it several times just with my friends on an empty server, and some of them I couldn't hit. I couldn't kill up close. It also has a debilitating rate of fire of only 80 available bash attacks per minute, or at least it did before any possible changes made yesterday. Now, as I've said, I've tried experimenting with the shield on an empty server with a couple of buddies of mine, just, to test its stats, but the results I got were incredibly inconsistent, and they went to shit when I joined another map, where none of the results I got before seemed to stand up. So my main problem with the shield right now is that it's never doing the same thing twice. It's incredibly inconsistent, and I think needs a lot of patching to make it work. So now I'm gonna quickly mention the shield's more obvious properties. Probably most obvious of all should be that the shield won't protect your legs, and you can get killed if you aren't crouching with it, and it isn't reaching the floor. Another thing is that you are quite vulnerable while bashing with the shield and while equipping it, which takes around 0.62 seconds. You are also quite vulnerable to anything but a straight-on frontal attack. So, a slightest bit of turning or lifting the shield, and anyone can shoot you dead with no trouble at all, especially if there's multiple enemies circling around you. You are also vulnerable to any explosives with a splash radius, like C4, grenades, RPGs, and even frag rounds, which seem to be the most effective. the most vulnerable spot on the shield is obviously the small window in the front. While it provides very little view to the guy behind it, it also provides a good target to the guy in front of it. The glass can be taken out, it seems, and this is only according to my test and might not be 100% accurate, but it feels to be breakable only when a single shot does about 55 damage at once to it. So it can be taken out with a Magnum, which I think is why DICE added the two big handguns to the Dragon's Teeth DLC. It can be taken out with a well-placed sniper rifle shot, a shotgun saber round, or any of the aforementioned explosives. And from then on, it's just a matter of a well-placed headshot through the glass in order to kill the guy behind it. And contrary to popular belief, a guy with the shield can be knifed from behind. Now, though the shield has some positive traits, like it can absorb bullets of smaller caliber, like assault rifles and handguns for days, it also has a lot of drawbacks. So I think it's very unfair to say, for everyone to say that the shield is OP and should be nerfed. I mean, yes, the shield will let you survive a direct hit from an RPG, but you will take damage from the splash explosion, and it will break the glass, meaning it won't survive another hit. And I think the reason that everyone seems to be screaming OP right now at the shield is a simple one. Because the shield is so new on the battlefield, the plain matter of it is that everyone seems to be equipping it right now. So the battlefield is just oversaturated with shields, and making it seem like you're getting killed by the shield bash all the time. When in fact I think in a week's time people will get accustomed to the shield, and it will stop being the new hot item, and the usage and hence the complaints will drop down dramatically. My problem with the shield right now, as I said, is that it's not that it's OP. In fact, in my hands it was anything but. But the problem is that it seems to be severely glitched. For starters, the bash attack doesn't always seem to work. In fact, I tried many times on a friend of mine in an empty server, and each time closing the distance in on him, even right up to his face, right up next to his face, it did not seem to work. And then later, seemingly, it started working when I tilted the shield up slightly before the attack. I'm not sure if that's a thing or just a bug, but it sure needs a fix. Also, the glass on the shield seems to break at random times, rendering it more or less useless. For example, when you equip the shield for the first time, the glass just pops and there's nothing you can do about it. And, it's basically rendered useless from then on in. Also, the glass seems to break sometimes, and the player holding the shield cannot see that it's broke, and thus has no idea that he is vulnerable. So, yeah, the riot shield is a cool addition to the battlefield, giving it a whole new dimension of fighting, especially in close quarters, because the shield's gonna be more or less useless on bigger maps, as you're going to be vulnerable from all sides and not just one. And I think that Call of Poopy Recycled Warfare doesn't have a monopoly on shields, so this should be fun. Definitely in the next DLC. But it does need a lot of fixes first. So, the shield is super useful at surviving firefights. Once you've been spotted and maybe, pinned down or taken damage, you can quickly cover yourself, crouch, and either push up on the enemy, making him expend all his ammo and knock him out, or wait for your teammates who can kill the enemy well, you regenerate and sit quietly in a corner, covering yourself with a shield. But it's not an uber weapon by any means. Oh, and fun fact, the shield camo depends on the primary weapon camo, so yes, it can be changed. Another fun fact, the word military is misspelled on the shield. So thanks for watching. Please rate and share this video as it helps my channel grow. Check out my other videos at the end of this one. And remember, in Soviet Russia, YouTube subscribes you.